Have you ever wondered which dungeon in Ocarina of Time are the easiest to speedrun? Yeah, me neither. But on my live stream, I ran through every single dungeon to find out and smack them on a tier list. So without further ado, let's get started. I want to mention one thing. I gave myself every single item in the game just so I could show how easy these dungeons can be played through. So just in case you were wondering. First dungeon on the list we have is Deku Tree, and I gotta say, as an adult, this is incredibly easy. All you gotta do is hookshot through the floor, twice, make your way through this room, immediately activate the switch, and then you're gonna get this precise angle and ledge grab here, and what do you know, you're through the floor. Do a quick jump slash, and boom, you're in the boss room. As for the boss fight itself, first, you're going to get a trick called ISG. ISG is basically when you interrupt a crouch stab, your sword vibrates incredibly fast, kind of like a chainsaw. Then you're going to hit Goma with a Deku Nut and walk into her. Then we're done. Easy peasy. And for the tier list itself, Deku Tree, easy C tier. Next up is Dinos Cavern, as adult once more. And I kind of want to flex a little bit, so I did a super slide during this cutscene, as you can see me flying around. But after that, we get into this corner, drop 2 bomb shoes in a very specific spot, just to make the eyes red. And me being the gamer I am, I missed the jump. Then we're going to say screw you to this block and use Ocarina item, which basically is a trick that'll get you a free Ocarina without actually having Ocarina, which freezes a switch so you don't have to be on it at all times. And then we're in the boss room. Now for King Dodongo. All we do is feed him bombs and jump slash him. 2 hits, easy peasy. And because it's easy peasy, easily thrown into C tier once again. And for the last child dungeon we'll be beating as an adult, and that's going to be Jabu Jabu. First, we're going to equip swap Boomerang, which basically just lets you use child items as adult, and vice versa, all just to get past this switch. Then after we get through the door, we're just going to use hover boots to get past this gap, very easy, and then do a precise roll to get past this switch because we don't have a box. Then we're going to use this bomb shoot to, okay, and it's gone. Okay, anyways, now we're going to use a bomb shoot to get past this door, and then we're off to the boss fight. And this boss fight is actually kind of tricky. It's some weird timings to get past these invincible jellyfish, and then we're done for the child dungeons. Pretty straightforward. And as for Jabu, only reason I'm going to throw this into B tier is because the boss fight's actually kind of hard. And off to Forest Temple. Getting to the boss room is easy as a backflip, then jumping off a ledge. But for the boss fight, get ISG, and then we're going to kill Phantom Ganon. And with Forest Temple, we're going to throw that one into B tier. Next stop, Fire Temple. So in this dungeon, we're not actually going to do a boss key skip because, well, the boss key's right there. We're just going to do a trick that's called a weird shot, which will sort of just push us through the ground, and then we're able to just hook shot to the chest and, well, grab the boss key. And then we're going to save and exit, and then we're just going to enter a boss room. This boss fight isn't too bad. Basically, Volvagia has 2 hit boxes, one that you see and one in the hole. So you're going to blast bomb shoes in the hole, and then you're just gonna hammer and sword her. And because the weird shot is probably the hardest trick we have done so far, this has to go into A tier. And as for Water Temple's honestly as easy as it gets. Since we have long shot, we could just get over there, thanks to a chatter reminding me, but I wanted to make it a little bit harder by doing what's called a Hess. And then for the boss key skip, all you do is a bomb hover, then the last bomb you use will push you through first try. And now for the Morpha fight. You just long shot Morpha into this corner and then keep Morpha there and then kill it. And because of the bomb hover that you have to do to skip the boss key, this has to go into A tier. Now this is where it gets a little bit harder. Spirit Temple is very hard. Some tricks that are hard to time, but it's also very long. Anyways, first you're going to get ISG, do a hover all the way to the top of the statue, hoping you do not get hit by any of these birds. Then once you're up, you're going to walk this tight line and then hook shot on to the chest. Afterwards, you're going to do a bomb super slide across to the other side and then enter Spirit Temple. And once inside, we're going to kill this guy, grab a key, and make your way into the main room. Once in the main room, we got another statue to climb using this very tight movement. Then we're going to do a hook shot extension, which is pretty much just punching your fist into the statue's face to reach this gate so we can hook shot onto it. Then you're going to do the same thing we just did in Water Temple, kill another Iron Knuckle, and then we have a pretty basic Twin Rova fight. Power crouch stab the final boss. Honestly, sigh of relief seeing how hard this dungeon is. And with that being said, this is easily a S tier. Definitely the hardest one with just how long it is and how many tricks that you have to do. And now, Shadow Temple, which is also very hard, but a lot shorter. You're just gonna make your way to hover boots, pretend to get them, even though, you know, we already kind of have them. Then we got a mega flip on top of this chest, which is very tricky to get the right angle. But once you do, you have this unloaded boss door room, so you got to do some precise movement, which I forgot how to do the first time. But you're going to make your way to the door and backwalk off the ledge. Okay, you know what? I'm not blaming anyone for this. That one's on me. You can do the same boss key skip in the room, but with it unloaded, it's kind of tricky. But you're going to drop a bomb shoe, roll on the right frame, target the wall on a perfect frame, and then you're in. And Bongo Bongo, easily the best boss in Ocarina of Time, is a pretty easy boss fight. Just get ISG, shoot him with a bow, and then you are done. And to close off Ocarina of Time, Shadow Temple's gotta go into S tier as well, just because of the mega flip and the trick to skip the boss door with the room unloaded and everything. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's harder than Spirit Temple, but easily harder than any of the other ones. And that is it. Well, thank you all so much for watching. As for the next part, that's gonna be about Majora's Mask. So be on the lookout for that. I know a lot more about Majora's Mask than I do about this, and that's perfect because it's way more complicated. So that'll be its own video in itself. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Anyways, let's do Majora's Mask.